So I already did my brows and I've already color corrected and primed my eyes. So now we're gonna get started with the look.
Hey guys, so I totally forgot to record an intro for the look, but it's all good. So first things first, I'm taking Anastasia Beverly Hills Burnt Orange and I am using that as a transition shade. Next, I'm also taking another Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow, but this is in the shade Caramel, and I'm using this as a crease shade, but also to help blend with burnt orange to kind of diffuse it a little bit. Now I'm taking Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, and I am going to be placing that in both the outer corner and the inner corner of my eye. And what that's going to do is just help to deepen up those outer and inner corners and kind of help blend those looks together. Now I am going to be taking a blending brush, and this is, I can't remember the brush, but I will put it down below. I'm just using this to just blend those two shadows together into the crease, just to give it a more blended look. Now I'm just adding more of the Cocoa Bear on top. You don't want to put too much at first because you can't take shadows away, but you can always add more. So I like to just add, blend, and add and blend if I need to add any more. Alright, now I am taking a Morphe eyeshadow, and this shadow is in the shade number 16, and I'm just using this as a base for the next shadow that we're going to use. It just kind of helps the color pop a bit more. This is more of like a mauve brown type shadow. It's good for everyday kind of neutral look. Now I'm taking Makeup Geek's eyeshadow, and this is their duochrome eyeshadow, and this is in the shade I'm Peachless, and I'm just placing this on top of that Morphe eyeshadow. I did, however, spray my brush with Fix Plus, and that's just gonna help the shadow just appear more vibrant and pigmented, as opposed to if you did not spray it with Fix Plus. Or you can use water, you don't need to use Fix Plus. I just use Fix Plus because that's what's there. But yeah, this just helps the shadow to look more vibrant and pigmented. I'm just going to continue to just add more and more until I am satisfied with the payoff. Now I just went back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Caramel, and I'm just using that to blend out the two shadows. And now I'm just adding more of the I'm Peachless shadow, just because when you blend you kind of take away some of that shadow, so I'm just putting some more on top. Now we are moving on to the face, and I am taking the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer, and I'm just applying that all over my face. Yes, I do have oily combo skin, more so oily than not, so anything that's matte, I want it, give it to me. So I'm just applying this all over my face. And next we are moving on to foundation, and the foundation that I'm using is the Lancome Teint Idole Stick Foundation, and I am in the shade 450 Suede N, and I'm just gonna place that all over my face, and then I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend that out. It's damp, the beauty blender is damp. I don't really care for using a beauty blender to blend out my foundation. However, the foundation brush that I do like to use is dirty at the moment, so I'm kind of stuck using the beauty blender. It wasn't bad, it just takes a lot longer to blend out than using the brush, so it is kind of annoying. I kind of prefer using brushes for stick foundation as opposed to beauty blenders, but what ifs. Now I am going to color correct. I usually color correct before I put on my foundation, but I kind of forgot. So I am using MAC's Prep and Prime in Peach Luster, and this is the same thing that I use on my eyes to color correct, so now I'm just placing it under my eyes. I do have dark circles, and it tends to kind of make my highlighter look a little ashy if I don't color correct. Now I'm moving on to highlighting, and what I use to highlight is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I use the shade Caramel. And I'm just placing that in sort of a triangle shape under my eyes, as well as place it down the bridge of my nose, the Cupid's bow, and my chin. I don't usually highlight and contour my forehead because I don't feel like I have a big forehead and I don't want to draw any more attention to it. So I just kind of leave my forehead alone. I will contour occasionally on my forehead, but not often. I didn't do it today. And then I'm just going to blend that out, and I'm using the damp beauty blender again to blend out that highlight. Blend, blend, blend. Now we are moving on to setting powder, and I am using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just using this to place under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my chin, basically anywhere I highlight it. Now I don't really like to bake for too long because I do have oily skin, so I use a lot of mattifying products, so if I bake for too long it tends to make my face look very powdery. And as much as I love mattifying products, I don't like that powdery look. It's not flattering, so I try not to leave it on for too long. Now I'm just dusting that away with a fan brush. Now I am moving on to contouring, and what I use to contour at the moment is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, and I use the shade SX15. And I just place that down the sides of my nose and on my cheeks, the hollows of my cheeks, and then I'm going to use the MAC Duo Fiber brush to blend that out. The brush I use for my nose, it is an It Cosmetics brush. Don't remember the name of it, but I will put that down below. So now I'm just blending out my cheek contour with that Dual Fiber brush from MAC. I like using Dual Fiber brush to blend out the cheek contour. I just feel like it looks a lot better, and it gives it a more, I guess, natural, air quotes, look. Well, as natural as you can get. Now I am setting the contour on both my nose and my cheeks, and what I am using to set that is the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in Natural One, and it is matte. And I also placed the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder underneath the contour, and that's just to give the contour a bit more of a cut look. Now on my eyes, I just used this green eyeliner from Ofra Cosmetics, and I blended that out with a pencil brush. And now for blush, I am using Makeup Geek's Infatuation. I love this blush. I wear this blush all the time. It's a very natural looking blush, so it doesn't give you too much. I did put a lot on, whoops, but I did go and blend that out with the Beauty Blender because it was a lot. Now for highlight, I am using the Balm Cosmetics Cindy Luminizer, and I kind of wish I didn't use that one because I didn't really like the way it looked, but I didn't want to go and take off all my makeup, so just left it. And now for the lips, I am using MAC Cosmetics Morning Coffee to line my lips, and for lipstick, I'm using Olivia Palermo lipstick in the shade Praline. Well, here's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in my next video.